welcome to the show for today. You are watching Perspectives, and I am host Alana McLaughlin. This morning on the show, I have producer and music engineer Cameron Talley, known as TanaFyeThatUp, here with me to discuss his background, his education, and the impact that he seeks to leave on Tennessee communities through his work. Cameron, thank you for joining me this morning. You see, I had to kind of like modify the producer name a little bit. I'm laughing about it too.
It's fine. It's fine.
I want to get this ball rolling. I want to talk about baby Cameron years. Moving forward, I'll refer to you for the rest of the interview as Tana, but I just want to talk about those baby years, set up kind of where you're from, what childhood looked like, and just give me a glimpse into those baby years.
From Bell Road, off the rip, Antioch, Tennessee, 37013, all day long.
Yeah.
You feel me? We gonna put it down, hold it down just like that, you know. Baby years, it looked like a normal lifestyle. Single parent household, I mean, pops was in and out, you know what I'm saying, but mainly a single parent household. My mama, she raised me and my brother by herself, you know what I'm saying. She got married around when I was 14, something like that. It was normal, pretty normal life, you know. So.
Now take me through some of the schools you went to.
Carter Lawrence,
yeah,
A.Z. Kelly, JFK, Antioch, you know, them pretty much the basics. I ain't gonna lie to you. So, yeah.
But it's like pretty much like the
you know,
normal path.
Normal path.
Now take me through just kind of what baby Tana was interested in.
Baby Tana she was really interested in music. I'm not going to lie to you. I was more interested in like Tupac, G-Unit. I mean, y'all don't make fun of me now, B2K a little bit, you know what I'm saying? It's a little bit, but you know, I was into music and stuff like that. I was mainly into cars, rims. I love spinners. Like if we was on the street, my mama was beside the car with spinners, roll the window down. I got to see them, you know, I got to see them twirl. Like them was like a big thing to me. I just loved like the black influence on what we had and everything like that. So I was into stuff like that for real, you know, just music and cars and sports. I didn't really get into sports till probably like high school.
Yeah,
you know, so. Yeah.
Now take me through where these influences were coming from. Were you seeing this on TV, social media?
It was more so like my uncle. Really, uncle was real big into music. Like bro would put in like cassette tapes of old Cash Money, BG, Juvenile, stuff like that. So, and then whenever my mom would drop me off to my pops, he would be having like 12s banging in the truck. I wouldn't know what the words are. You know, I just hearing the boom, boom, boom. That's all I'm hearing. So that was pretty much the influence I had, just the older male influences in my life, like my uncle, my pops and stuff like that. So that's pretty much where it came from.
Now, Tana, where did you begin to kind of get your hand in it? Well, before I even ask that, growing up, did you think that music, and specifically music production or engineering, would be a career?
No.
What was your kind of dream job?
Man, dream job, I ain't gonna lie, I pretty much think every kid's dream job was to be a rapper. Yeah, I went to rap, but I didn't go that route. So, I ended up making music. So, pretty much what stopped me rapping was learning about the business. Yeah. So, you know, but we'll, for sure.
And I want to kind of jump the gun a little bit and get into your early experiences with music. Okay. Tell me about your first kind of maybe studio session, your first time. And I know you began with rapping. Yeah. Tell me about that journey, just getting into the music scene.
Well, I tried to rap. No, it just no. It was more so. It was pretty much a normal half day of school. My partner and them was rapping.
Okay.
And then Waka Flocka had just dropped this new tape, The Flocka Ran 2, and then it was the first song with him and Lil Wayne. And then I heard the beat. I'm like, bro, who made that beat? And so my partner and them knew. They're like, 808 Mafia. I'm like, who was 808 Mafia? And they brought the laptop. They showed me videos. They pulled up, showed me what they do. I'm like, nah, I won't do that. So that was pretty much the influence of me starting my production career, because I seen what they did. I'm like, nah, that's hard. Like, how do they even construct these sounds together and make this? You know what I'm saying? It's like, it was hard. So I'm like, yeah, I want to do that. So I went home, grabbed my mama laptop, downloaded the demo version of FL Studio. Sorry, mom, we had multiple viruses. I'm so sorry, mom, but hey, that's what started off right there.
Oh, now tell me about the making of this first beat. After you've downloaded this demo version, I know the computer's probably going slow.
The beat was trash. It was trash. The beat was very trash, but it took me about an hour to make it. But I'm like, I want to keep going. I want to keep trying to learn how to, you know what I'm saying, do what they did. You know, not just copy their style, but like, I just want the knowledge of how do y'all make these sounds sound like this, and how do y'all chop them up, put the drums together, how you make the 808s hit like this. Like, I just want to know, you know. So I just took that time and learned to figure it out for myself, and that's what I did.
And about what year was this?
2011, 2012.
Whew, that is like, woo, that's well over 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And Tana, we're gonna kind of go through about the last 10, 15 years of your career.
Yeah, for sure.
In our second and third segment, I encourage viewers to tune into this next segment to hear Tana's story, to hear the impact that he's had on not just Tennessee, but all across the country with his music, production and engineering, and ultimately his expertise in the music scene. Join us in the second segment to hear Tana's story, to hear him discuss crafting and creating music across Tennessee. Welcome to the second segment of the show for today. For viewers just tuning in, I am host Alana McLaughlin. You are watching Perspectives. This morning on the show, my guest is Cameron Talley, known as TanaFyeThatUp, a local or a world-renowned, actually, music engineer and producer based out of Nashville, Tennessee. And we're here discussing Tana's background, his education, kind of some of the early music inspirations and experiences that he had and the impact that he seeks to leave on Tennessee through this work. In our first segment, Tana just kind of set up his early life in Antioch, Tennessee. We set up just some of the schools that he attended, some of the early music inspirations that he was exposed to. And we're coming back in the second segment to discuss Tana's career and ultimately discuss the impact that he'd like to leave on Nashville through this work. We're coming right back in. You've just downloaded FL Studio.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going that well.
No,
But this is the beginning.
it's the beginning. Yeah, it's the beginning for sure.
Now take me through kind of what life looked like after you've sparked this interest.
It was pretty much like a challenge, to myself, because like I had another homie who's producing, so I would go home, I'm probably make like 5, 6 beats. I come to school the next day, hey bro, check these out. Oh yeah, them getting better, bro. Like keep going. So that would be what it looked like for some years, you know what I'm saying? Never really worked with nobody until I got to 18, 17, 18, something like that. But other than that, I was just working, practicing, like, through that entire time, for real.
Now, do you remember the first artist you worked with?
J.D. Youngin.
Wow, the late J.D. Youngin. Wow, tell me about that experience.
It was pretty much social media. He was looking for beats. I took the beat email. I sent him probably like 10, 15 beats. Wow. And then it was probably like one day I'm chilling with the guys. I'm just scrolling and I'm just, man, that sounds familiar. Wait, man, that's a beat I did. It had him, FG Youngin, OG33 on it. I think it's called No Mask. So yeah, and that's like the very first ever, you know what I'm saying, production I ever produced, and like went that major.
Before we go any further, tell me about like the royalties process and the crediting process.
Okay.
Because now you've just heard it, you're going across the world at this point. How is Tana getting recognized and paid?
So the royalty process was a bit rocky.
Yeah.
Due to me being new to the business and everything like that, it was rough. So basically what happened was, a song I had registered to my BMI. If y'all know what BMI is, it's broadcast music industry. They just pretty much do all the royalties for big artists, big producers, little artists, little producers, just whoever, they just make sure you get paid. So I had registered a song wrong, so the splits weren't right. So the royalties had got paused, like, hold on, bro. So I had to learn about what I had to do in order to get paid and stuff like that. So that got fixed or whatever. But the royalty process is basically like, if I get a song with a big artist that's signed, the label will pay me in advance.
Okay.
Depending on how good you are, you're gonna get a big advance, you know what I'm saying? So, and then they'll come to you with a percentage of the back end. It takes about a year to generate.
Okay.
So like if I do a song this year, I won't get paid for it till next year. Cause it takes about a year to generate, to get in the system and get everything reaccumulated as far as the advances and this, that, and third. But you do get what you, for the rest of your life. You get for the rest of my life. So royalties for the rest of my life, like I ain't gotta worry about that ever. So if I decide to just do this or retire, then I'll be straight.
Tana, and we're gonna set up just some of the other artists that you work with that have made you able to retire today. From J.D. Youngin, take me through your next big hit, or maybe the next big artist that you worked with. Tell me about getting in touch with them, and just take me through the Tana story.
After J.D. Youngin, it was pretty much the local artists started coming in. The late Money Man, Lil Sean, then the late Lil Quiz, Gans. Then, you know, so on and so forth. Babyface Ray came about. Then, you know, after Babyface Ray, it was Pee-wee Longway. I was actually staying with Pee-wee Longway in Atlanta for about 6 months. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
We got to start with Babyface and then go to Pee-wee. How did? Go just in that order. Tell me about these two. Oh,
yeah.
wow.
So before Babyface Ray, it was Pee-wee. My homeboy. Low Light Black, another big artist out of Atlanta. I was locked in with him for about 5-6 years before I even just went down there. Bro called me one day. He was like, "Hey, what you doing?" I'm like, "Man, I ain't doing nothing." He said, "Man, come to the A this weekend." I'm like, "All right, whatever." So I went. Bro introduced me to Pee-wee. Then later on that night, I played some beats for Pee-wee. People like, "Bro, you hard." He said, "Where you from?" I said, "I'm from Nashville." He said, "Yeah, that's the problem." I said, you know, I'm like, what you mean? Like, what's up? He said, "That's the problem." Like, nah. Every producer I done met that's hard and came out of Tennessee, I don't know what it is about y'all, but y'all got it. You know what I'm saying? It made me feel so good about myself. Cause like, okay, cool. So, he like, "Man, you can stay here as long as you want." So I stayed for about 6 months and I came back. And then after I came back, Babyface Ray had just dropped, If You Know, You Know with Moneybagg Yo. And then a couple days later, the tape dropped, I ain't gonna say it. Uneffable EP came out. It came out. Then like Daisy Lane came out. After that, Pee-wee dropped. Let's get fried. You know, on 420. So that's just how everything came about.
Tana, we have got to go into specifics, and I want to start with Like Daisy Lane. You know, that's one of my favorites.
Thank you.
It's at the top of my workout playlist.
Thank you.
And before we even met, I was at my school gym. I'm like getting on the treadmill. And I've heard the song a million times, but never really paid attention to the producer tag. And so I'm just sitting here like with my little wired headphones in, and I hear, "Hey, Tana, fire it up." And I'm like, pause. I had to restart the song. I'm like, wait, am I tripping or did I hear
you ain't tripping, you heard it.
And then I went on Instagram. I'm like, I follow Tana. And then I called you and I'm like, "Hey, did you produce this?"
I did.
And oh my God, that's kind of what started our communication line. Tell me about just producing that track.
It was pretty much one of those tracks that, how can I put this? It was more like, I made it while I was in Atlanta actually. And so one day I was walking around my neighborhood. My brother Rokan called me. He's from Detroit, another great producer. Actually, bro done put me through the door. Like that's how I even got to Babyface Ray. Anyway, like bro pretty much took me under his wing. Like, "Hey, look, bro, I got you. Come on, we finna do this and that. I got a plan for us." I'm like, "Okay, cool." Basically, he called me like, "Hey, send some beats real quick."
Okay.
I'm like, "Okay, cool." The beat wasn't specifically supposed to be for Babyface Ray. It was supposed to be for Mulatto.
Oh.
He tricked me on that. He tricked me on that. So I'm like, all right, bet. So I sent probably like a 10-pack through. Next thing you know, Babyface Ray's posting a story with him on Future's boat. He's on Future's boat and they playing the song. I'm like, it's not out yet. I'm like, okay, cool. This is what's going on. You know, this is what's going on. So that's how that track pretty much came about. It was more so like, bro came to me with bro came to me with a fake idea.
Yeah.
And then it worked out perfectly. I ain't even gonna lie. So that's how,
Now, from Babyface Ray and Pee-wee, take me just through some of the other bigger names that you've worked with. Not even just bigger names, just out-of-town names. Because I'd like to say that all the artists that you work with are pretty big names at this point.
I feel like they are. As far as like my Houston partner, Guapo, Mr. Put It On, that's my dog. We got GT, V's, Los Nutty, you know, we got my Memphis people, we got my Real Reds, you know what I'm saying? All them, you know, it's a lot.
And Tana, we're gonna come back in, I know.
It's a lot.
We're gonna come back in our final segment, just highlighting just some of those out-of-town artists and then highlighting the work that you've done here in Music City.
Sure.
And we're just gonna kind of plug this whole thing and end this with how can we support you, how can we stream you, and how do we stay in touch with Tana?
Great.
I encourage viewers to tune into the final segment of Perspectives, where Tana and I will return to discuss his background, his education, his career, and the impact that he seeks to leave on Tennessee communities. To the final segment of the show for today. For viewers just tuning in, I am host Alana McLaughlin, and you are watching Perspectives. This morning on the show, I have Cameron Talley, known as TanaFyeThatUp, here discussing his background, his education, his career, and the impact that he seeks to leave on Tennessee communities. Cameron, and as I've referred to him throughout the episode, Tana, has set up just kind of his early life, some of the artists that he's worked with, everyone from Pee Wee Longway to Babyface Ray, local artists. We've named just almost a grocery list of people, and I encourage you to just watch those first 2 segments in their entirety if you've missed them. In this final segment, Tana's just talking about current career, current work, the impact that he seeks to leave on Nashville and ways that we can support him. We're coming right back in.
Cool.
We left off cooking with grease. We were naming everybody from All-Star to V's to just different artists you've worked with all around the country. But now I want to focus on some of your Nashville-based work. Before I get to talking about Big Top and Blended Music, take me through just some of the local artists you've worked with, and we're going to lead up to Blended Music 3.
For sure. First and foremost, Lil Quiz, that was me and him have more of a, that was my dog type relationship, you know what I'm saying? He was definitely, him and Gans were definitely one of the first people to reach out to me. The very first person was Lil Sean, may rest in peace. And who else? Oh boy.
I know, and I've watched all this, so I know you have.
But you know, we got a lot of people. We got Saul Money, we got Lil Guap, you know, just who else? We got Foquan.
Oh yeah.
Plug Perry.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. So it's like, and then of course Big Top came along as well. So them was pretty much the main local artists I work with. Oh, I can't forget, I've been in studio sessions with ABK Gates as well, you know, stuff like that. So yeah, I pretty much work with almost everybody in the city. It's still some people on the list that's waiting, but I'll get to y'all, bro. I promise.
Like I promise.
I'm gonna get to y'all.
Now, I really want to learn about you and Big Top's relationship. I had him on this same platform about a year ago, and this was right at the release of Part-Time Rapper, Full-Time Gangster.
Okay.
And when we were talking about that project, he was like, yeah, man, I was in there with Tana and Topper and do-do-do-do-do. And I was just like sitting there like, wow, like all these people.
Yeah.
And so I listened to kind of his point of view on the production of that track. I listened to Topper, Christopher Atwood's kind of point of view. And now I want to hear your involvement with that first project, Part-Time Rapper. And then we're going to talk about you guys' relationship up through the latest release, Blended Music 3.
Okay. Man, basically how I started was Top had just dropped Casual Quan. When he dropped Casual Quan, I'm like, man, he hard. Like, he hard. So I reached out to him like, hey, bro, let's work. And so he like, I'm down with it. So at first, I had posted a beat. I had sampled Beyonce, Me, Myself, and I. That's all I got and I need. You know what I'm saying? So I sampled that beat. I posted it on Instagram. So he hit me up like, hey, bro, how much you want for the beat? I'm like, shit, you can just give me this much for it or whatever. So I pulled up on his man's gave me the bread or something to beat over, so we pretty much started like that. Ever since then, it's pretty much been like, man, I ain't gonna lie, bro. We might as well start, you know, like the Gucci and Zaytoven type of deal, cause like, bro, you hard, I'm hard, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I really think this could work, and it's working, you know, so, but me and bro had really built like a real deal friendship. Like, that's my partner. I can call him outside the music, bro, what you on? Man, I ain't doing nothing, man. Come pull up over here. We finna, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know.
Now I got a question. You had him on your project. He had the track Got Some Stuff to Say. I like how I was like editing all these titles. But tell me about just you kind of as a producer producing your own album and then having artists featured on it.
Basically, it was more so something, how can I put this? I wanted to do it, but it was more so the fans wanted it more from me than I wanted to do it. So I'm like, well, I guess I feel like I owe y'all this, you know? So I feel like me doing the album was a way to give thanks to everybody who has been rocking with me and support me for as long as they did, you know, because it's been a long time coming for a production tape. You got to think I've been doing this for over 10 years. So for that to be my first production tape, it was very, very highly anticipated, and I just love the way everybody wanted it. And when it dropped, they just showed so much love and feedback to it. And everything I pretty much produced, and then the artwork I paid for myself. Like, yeah, like I really put time and effort into that project. I was really proud of that. Even my little brother for Christmas, bro had got me a real deal portrait of the album cover for Christmas. I'm like, it made me cry, like, damn, it's like I really did work hard on that, and like I just love the energy I got back from it. It was just amazing. I love everybody I worked with on it. I love making the beats and everything, like, and Got Something to Say, that specific track, that only took me and Top probably 13 minutes to make that song.
Really?
That was the last song of the session.
And that's one of my favorite top songs, like, ever.
That was the very last song of the session.
Wow.
Like, you can ask Topper. We did that in less than 15 minutes. I promise you. Freestyle, off the head, no right.
Wow.
Yeah, off the head, no right. Yeah, he's like that.
Yeah.
He's like that, off the head.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now take me through the experience of working on Blender Music. This is Blender Music 3.
Blender Music 3.
And this was exclusively, like, you top to bottom.
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
So we did Blender Music 1, Blender Music 2. We always talked about doing a project just me and him. So we just felt like Blender Music 3 would be the great, open the door for that. Yeah. So, and we really want to make Blender Music 3 very special. That's why we had the features from Don Tripp to Lido to Foquan to Plug Perry to Landlord, It's just really grateful to have them. Black Whistle for sure.
Yeah.
Me and Black Whistle on the way, don't worry about that.
Come on.
You feel me? So, but it was just great to have the energy that people wanted to get on it. Like, people were asking left and right, man, I'm trying to get on Blender Music 3, I'm trying to get on. Like, man, we gonna be selective what we let, we let on here. And it's like, the people we did have on there, I'm glad that's who we picked to be on there. And don't worry, we coming back with the looks.
Woo!
We come back with a look.
With a couple new tracks?
Yes, for sure. Most definitely. Yes, most definitely. Yes.
Come on.
Yes.
Tana, tell me your favorite track or favorite couple tracks from that project, and tell me just what makes them special to you.
Okay.
I know if you can choose one.
Off the top, Get Up With Me. I just feel like Get Up With Me, I did that for the city. You know what I'm saying? Just from the sample to the song and everything.
Yes.
Like, if you're not from the city and you just don't know our history of that sample.
You're right.
They not going to stand. They not going to stand.
Throw the ball downfield.
Come on, I'm gonna run with it.
The Lamar Jackson reference was just, ooh.
I love Lamar Jackson. He's really cold. And I'm a Detroit Lions fan.
Ooh.
So for me to say that is really, I love
the
Lamar
Braves
Jackson.
gonna get you.
My bad, Ray. I love y'all, man. I love y'all. But hey, Lamar is cold. Like, he is cold, but.
Take me through any other tracks that are special to you like that just really, that are some favorites. I especially love the intro and outro.
The outro, and this is crazy, the outro, that beat specifically wasn't for Top at first. It was for Quez, but, Quez had passed, so we never actually got the song to get released, and they didn't finish it. So, and at that time, Blender Music was made through a time, how can I put this without just exposing too much of business? I was going through something, Top was going through something, so all the beats, they came from all energy. Like, it wasn't just off the brain, them were energized, felt beats. Top, he was going through some, I can hear him rap. He was rapping about it, like, bro was going through stuff. So I just felt like every beat on there was hit. The wordplay he put on there, the way he manifested his feelings, put them together, it was just a hit. But another favorite song on there of mine was Always Something, featuring Foquan and Plug Perry. It was basically just like how we did it in that studio session. That studio session, we was in 2 rooms. They was recording in one room, me and IV making beats in the other room. And they like, come over there, like, what y'all got? Man, I got this right here. Okay, bet we finna go over there and boom, there it is. And
Tana, thank you. I don't mean to cut you off.
No, you're fine.
Thank you for just sharing just a little bit about your time and a little bit about your life with me. I know that you can be found through like TanaFyeThatUp on all streaming platforms.
Half a bird of Tana, Instagram, Tana Bandana on Twitter, and yeah, that's pretty much all I got.
And you're Cameron Talley.
Yeah, I'm Cameron Talley.
Thank you, Tana. And to my viewers, thank you for the opportunity to share one more perspective, one more story that matters to Nashville. Good morning.